Hey guys, I'm in the mood for something sweet, so let's make some brownies. I'm actually getting the recipe from Sweet Tooth. This is Sarah Fennell of Broma Bakery's cookbook, so I'm excited to use this. I've already made like 2 things out of here, so I trust that these brownies are gonna come out great. All right, I already have my oven going at 350, so let's get our ingredients. The recipe calls for unsalted butter, cocoa, vanilla extract, light brown sugar, eggs, all-purpose flour, salt, and semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate chips. I'm actually going to be subbing the chocolate chips for some sea salt caramel chips. Hoping this doesn't make the brownies too sweet, but I'm excited to see what this tastes like in the brownies. All right, let's get started. Okay, the recipe calls to melt some butter, and I already have my stove going on low. This is a new stove. I'm not trying to burn anything, so I'm not gonna keep it on medium low. I'm just gonna keep it on relatively low so that I don't burn the butter. The recipe calls for 3/4 cup of butter. So I melted 1.5 sticks. Okay, now that my butter is completely melted, I'm gonna transfer it to a bowl and follow up with the next ingredients. Our 3/4 cup of cocoa powder, as well as our vanilla. Calls for about a teaspoon, but who really measures that? Now we are going to combine until fully incorporated. Okay, the recipe calls for 1 3/4 cup of packed light brown sugar. So this is 1 cup. This is our 3/4, as well as 3 eggs. 1, 2, and 3. And don't forget your mixing attachment. Mix until pale in color. Now we're gonna incorporate our cocoa mixture to the batter. Let's see if I can do this without spilling anything. And now mix. The recipe calls for 3/4 cup of flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now we're just gonna fold everything in just until it's incorporated. We don't want to overmix because that will make our brownies tough. That goes for almost any baking recipe. All right, I'm pretty satisfied with how my batter is looking, so now I'm gonna add in my caramel sea salt chocolate chips. And that's a 1/2 cup. Just gonna fold these in until these are incorporated. Here's my pan. I'm gonna attempt to pour this into the bowl in frame without spilling anything, so wish me luck. Now I'm just gonna add a couple of baking chips onto the top just for good measure. Now we're gonna put this in the oven at 350 degrees for approximately 25 to 30 minutes. These are our brownies. They came out really nice. I'm gonna let these cool before I cut into them. All right, guys, we had dinner, so now we're gonna cut into the brownies. Oh yeah. And now for the bite. Oh, this is so good. Definitely make these. These are so good. All right, that's it. Bye, guys.